And that's why I'm saying the 16-inch is the perfect size.
You know, and I'd say, just for me personally, I don't even think 20 is enough. I might like to have a little more. You're paying the same amount of money for more barrel. And some people are paying more money for less gun. I don't understand it. If Eugene Stoner would have wanted a shorter barrel, he would have made a shorter barrel.
I mean, if all these tactical wannabe guys want to take their SBRs, I could stand at 100 yards off and it'd bounce right off of me.
No plate carrier needed. Watch this, nerds. Engaging 300. Freehand!
11.5 is by far the best barrel length.
And if you disagree, we will fight you.
All right, what's up, guys? You're lucky it's a joint custody weekend. Your other dad is here. So I'm going to set this up for Dalton and get out of here.
Remember when you got your first AR-15, you walked into your local gun shop like a little kid into Toys R Us and put your grubby little mitts... I can't. You put your grubby little mitts all over everything and you pretended to care about terminal ballistics.
California compliant.
I bet it is. I'd rather be dead in Texas than alive in any part of California. If you're like me, you left with a 16-inch rifle because that's what everyone sells. It's the missionary position of AR-15s. It's basic, predictable, boring, but it gets the job done. It's your first do-it-all rifle, and ironically, it'll be the last time that you ever like a gun, taking it straight out of the store.
The second he pops this brace out, he's going to want it.
Ooh!
Now, when most people picture a do-it-all rifle, they picture a 16-inch rifle or 14.5 at minimum, and it's not wrong. What we're trying to say here is there is actually just a really big case to be made for the 11.5. When you actually stop and break down what is all in do it all, you'll realize that an 11.5 can accomplish most of the important things in do it all that a 16-inch can, all while being smaller, lighter, more maneuverable, and that results in a rifle that can do it all a little bit easier. So let's start with the thing that I'm sure a lot of you are actively licking the Dorito dust off your fingers to type. Yeah, the loss of terminal ballistics. Compared to a 16-inch AR, an 11.5 will lose between 300 to 400 feet per second at the muzzle. And as we all know, 5.56 relies heavily on its speed to achieve fragmentation. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. If you are chasing terminal ballistics and performance from 300 to 500 yards, this does not apply to you. You obviously want a longer barrel length with a really nice 62 grain, something like an open tip match projectile. An 11.5 is going to begin to fail to consistently tumble around 300 yards. If we compare that to a 16-inch rifle, we're going to see the exact same projectile is not going to reach that failure to tumble until around 400 yards. Now, it's not like there's some magical wall at 300 yards with an 11.5 or 500 yards with a 16-inch rifle where you can just stand like a couple yards outside the effective range and the rounds are just going to bounce off you. My argument to people who say, whoa, your 11.5 isn't effective at that range has always been, okay, then stand that far away and let me shoot you.
I am a make-believe tactical LARPer on the flat range.
I suck!
This is an 11.5 Sig Sauer M400. I have put nearly 6,000 rounds on this gun and it is still going strong. And yes, I am well aware, guys, that Sig's reputation has taken a heavy beating lately. But this rifle or pistol has been absolutely rock solid. There's no drama, there's no whoopsie daisy moments. It's just a solid mil-spec AR that does exactly what you want it to do.
Are you going for an Indiana Jones thing?
Well, you know. Is it cool?
Yeah!
You sure about that?
All right, what's up, guys? We're gonna take a quick break to talk to you about one of our favorite companies out there, Barbell Apparel. Are you wearing Barbell right now?
All I wear is Barbell, head to toe.
Yep, I have on a Barbell hoodie. It's a little bit coated in gunpowder, but you know, we're out here. So right now, Barbell is running an incredible promotion where if you spend $150 or more on their website, what do you get?
You get a free pair of shorts for the month of January.
That's right. Does it get better?
It gets even better because if you use code Basecamp at checkout, you only need to spend $99 or more and you will get that free pair of shorts.
You get a free pair of premium athletic fit shorts. You're gonna look great. I bet you have quads of steel, and if you don't, work out to get quads of steel so you can wear your Barbell shorts.
What's up, guys? We just wanted to give a quick shout out to one of the main sponsors of the channel now, Invader Concepts. They make really awesome Kydex chest holsters. I've got one for the 43X. We've all got one for our various handguns. Riding around in the truck, just riding around on the farm, not having to have a gun on my hip or concealed. These are really, really awesome. We've been really, really enjoying them. We really appreciate you guys supporting us. If you want 10% off, use Basecamp at invaderconcepts.com. Tell them that we sent you.
So despite being able to say that like the two of us could comfortably drop a target at 300 yards with an 11.5,
Impact. That's 2 in a row! Impact!
are 11.5s the best you could possibly get? The weight and length advantages you get by losing 4.5 inches matters a lot more to just the generic do-it-all statement than chasing terminal performance past 300 yards. So let's break that down. So according to a lot of recent and even as far back as World War II combat statistics, most modern infantry engagements are happening between 50 to 300 yards. So if the odds overwhelmingly say that engagements are going to happen between 50 and 300 yards, why would we not build the most optimized platform and rifle for that distance? It's super common to see, but if you look at like really cool guy high-speed footage of all like the, you know, super tactical tier 1 units, they're all for the most part running shorty setups and it looks super cool. I'm not that guy. I'm not saying that some of you chads didn't go like clear rooms with a 20-inch rifle in the GWAT. What we're saying is that we're kind of retarded and so we need all the help we can get. Another big factor to this argument is that in this day and age, there is really no reason to not be running a suppressor.
This is the Trash Panda by Q Suppressors. It's a suppressor that actually rivals the price of the gun. So it's something that you want to run good all the time. I've experienced a catastrophic failure with this suppressor and I wanted to put light on it. After a hot range day throwing several hundred rounds through this gun, I experienced what I now know was a baffle strike. I misjudged it at the time, thinking maybe it was just unburnt powder.
So keyhole.
Baffle strike, maybe.
That looked like a baffle strike. Go get it. Hey, your words, not mine. Trash Panda, good suppressor.
It's either a baffle strike or it's just not burning enough powder.
You break your suppressor?
I did. Baffle strike it into oblivion, I hope.
So what's the deal with that? Your thread was good.
Yeah, I mean, it's threaded directly onto their system.
Now I want to give a massive shout out to Q's customer service here, because even though this issue wasn't covered under the warranty, I sent it in and they still fixed it absolutely free of charge to me. So that's a big win for Q. Do I want to talk shit about them here? Because I do. But at the same time, Shark Coast Tactical has posted a very similar video to where they stopped doing business with Q because this issue has been happening with a lot of people running SIG rifles. Despite all that, running a suppressor on a stock gun means one thing: gas, 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 gas. And everybody knows that it will wear your materials down much quicker.
So let's say the average length suppressor is about 6 inches. I know that's a lot for a lot of us. On a 16-inch gun with the average size can, you're suddenly running a 22-inch rifle. I really love my 14.5. It is insanely accurate. It is exceptionally soft shooting.
Impact. 61, 68, 12 shots. Oh my God, great shooting.
But when I am running my 14.5 with this can, part of me is always thinking, man, I kind of ruined the experience of using this gun because I'm running drills with a 20-inch gun. If I take this same can and I put it on my 11.5, then my total barrel length is just around 16 inches. That's really workable. Would I prefer something shorter for CQB? Sure. Do I do a lot of CQB in my day-to-day life? No, absolutely not. And as silencers become more and more widely adopted, you are quickly going to realize how long and suddenly cumbersome a 14.5 or 16-inch AR feels once you throw a can on it and you try to even just get in and out of a car.
Why not a 10.3 and go full Mark 18 cosplay? Why not run an 18-inch? Well, because the 11.5 is almost 12.5, which is just under 13.7, which is less than an inch away from 14.5, which is legally just a 16-inch. In reality, the 11.5 gives you a perfect balance of velocity, control, and maneuverability. Like we've said, you slap a 6-inch suppressor on a 16-inch gun, and you're walking around with a giant, oversized pull cue.
We're gonna really make a strong argument here that if you are gonna have a do-it-all rifle, you probably want it to be suppressed. So factoring in the length of the suppressor, a 16-inch gun becomes a 22-inch gun with the ballistics of a 16-inch gun, and an 11.5 becomes a 16-inch gun with the ballistics of an 11.5. Confused yet? When we view the platforms from this perspective, we now have to place a much higher emphasis on how the rifle feels to move, run drills with, and just move through physical space. And honestly, if your do-it-all rifle has an overall length of 22 inches because your main concern is you want to have great terminal ballistics past 300 yards, then guess what? You didn't build a do-it-all rifle, you kind of just like half-assed a DMR. But if you are one of those guys who is completely unwilling to run a shorter barrel because you don't want to sacrifice your terminal ballistics past 300 yards, when's the last time you actually shot past 300 yards? Seriously.
Impact. Just a little low. Impact. Pistol, 25 and 100.
Now, I know a lot of you do. A lot, trust me. I know a lot of you guys are actually about this life. But I bet, like I would put a lot of money on it that one of you, someone watching this video, has said out loud to a person or typed on the internet, I would never run anything shorter than a 14.5, and you have never been to a range that even goes past 100 yards. We seem to be stuck in this mindset of obsessing over terminal performance at ranges that most, like 90% of infantry engagements do not happen at. According to a study conducted by the Operational Research Organization in World War II and the Korean War, 80% of effective LMG and rifle fire was less than 200 yards, and 90% of it was under 300. So why not optimize your setup to be the most maneuverable and lightweight it can be while being effective between 50 and 300 yards?
One of the most important things to help you shoot out to ranges like 300 yards is not the 16-inch barrel, it's your optic. A good optic will take you a long way, especially on a shorter barrel length AR.
I hope we've made a really good case for why the 11.5 is a really, really good candidate for the do-it-all platform. I had just gotten comfortable with running my 14.5 for kind of everything when I picked up my 11.5, and it was absurd how quickly the 11.5 became my favorite thing to run out of everything else I own.
The bottom line is this build works for me. You need to build what works for you. Forget the trends, forget the hot commodity at the moment. The gun world changes faster than an influencer's opinions. All you need to do is train, shoot, experiment, and build something that makes you grin every single time you look at it. Because at the end of the day, if your gun doesn't make your wallet cry and your soul sing, are you even doing it right?
I have ruined this and I hate just about every part of it, and I am being so serious with you.
Hey, have you found the Ark of the Covenant yet?